Welcome to Dark Hours FM. If you'd like to help keep these stories alive and feeling generous, you can give a tip at Buy Me a Coffee or unlock more haunting at Patreon. All the links in the bio. Tonight's story, Season 2, Episode 4, Whispers in the Pines. Let's begin. The woods have always held a strange allure. They're peaceful, quiet, and beautiful, but also vast, isolating, and unpredictable. For some, camping offers freedom. For others, it opens the door to something far darker. This is the story of a group of friends who went into the woods for a weekend getaway, but never truly came back. It began like any other trip. 4 college friends, Mark, David, Lisa, and Hannah, set out for a remote campsite deep in the Appalachian Mountains. They wanted to escape the noise of the city, enjoy the stars, and disconnect from the world for a few days. They hiked for hours, finally finding the perfect clearing surrounded by towering pines. By evening, a fire was roaring, marshmallows were roasting, and laughter echoed through the trees. But as the night wore on, the woods seemed to change. Lisa was the first to notice it. The fire had burned low, casting shadows that moved strangely against the tree line. She thought she saw something, a figure, pale and still, standing between the trees. She blinked and it was gone. Probably just the shadows, she told herself. But her unease grew. Around midnight, they heard it. A faint whistle, not the sound of the wind through branches. This was deliberate. A tune carried through the stillness of the forest. It seemed to circle the camp, fading in and out, as though someone or something was walking around them just out of sight. Mark, trying to stay calm, grabbed a flashlight and scanned the tree line. Nothing. But the whistling stopped the moment the light touched the trees. The group tried to brush it off, convincing themselves it was another camper nearby. They eventually crawled into their tents, leaving the fire to smolder, but none of them truly slept. Sometime after 3 a.m., David woke to the sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, crunching leaves just outside his tent. He held his breath listening, certain one of his friends had gotten up. Then he heard the zipper of Lisa's tent. It was opening. He whispered her name. No answer. Just silence. And then the sound of fabric tearing. David unzipped his own tent and shined his light. Lisa's tent was empty. The flap was shredded, not unzipped, and the faint whistle was back, echoing deeper in the woods. Panic spread through the group. They shouted her name, their voices swallowed by the forest. Mark grabbed a hatchet he'd brought for chopping wood, and the 3 of them followed the sound. They found her about half a mile away, standing in a clearing, barefoot and dazed. She was shaking, staring at nothing, whispering words they couldn't understand. When they touched her shoulder, she screamed, a sound so raw it didn't sound human. She had no memory of leaving her tent, no memory of how she got there. By dawn, the group decided to pack up and leave. But the forest wasn't done with them. The trail they'd taken in seemed different. Landmarks they swore they'd passed before were gone. The path twisted and doubled back, leading them in circles. Hours passed, and the weight of the woods pressed down on them. That evening, exhausted and terrified, they stumbled onto an old fire ring, but it wasn't theirs. This one was surrounded by bones, small animal remains arranged in strange patterns, and beside it, a crude wooden figure stood, its face carved into a twisted grin. The whistling returned, closer this time. Mark swung the hatchet at the trees, shouting into the darkness, but the sound only grew louder surrounding them. Lisa collapsed, sobbing, clutching her ears as though the sound was inside her head. The last entry in David's phone, found weeks later by search teams, was a voice memo recorded at 2:17 a.m. His whisper is shaky, panicked. "If anyone finds this, we're not alone out here. It's hunting us. We can't see it, but it knows where we are. It's been watching since the first night. Don't come looking for us, please." The search teams never found Mark, David, or Lisa. Only Hannah returned, found wandering miles away on a dirt road, dehydrated and delirious. To this day, she refuses to talk about what happened. The only words she's ever spoken about that night are chilling. "The whistling doesn't stop when you leave. It follows you." Thanks for joining us in the dark. Some stories fade with the light. Others stay with you. We'll see you next time, if you make it.